Hello everybody, this is Ken Langella with my week 13 assignment showing you my game. So let's get started with that immediately. Let's start out with, I'm using Unity, so I'll go ahead and take you into the first scene of the game right away. I don't know if you guys remember, the name of my game is Bug Wars Alien Arena, okay? And that's what we'll be going through today with this little showing here. Wanted to go through some basic stuff real quick, you know, like just kind of how everything's kind of put together and you know, the whole scene and everything before I go ahead and show you, you know, exactly what's going on with it. But basically what you have, and my rules are incorporated into all of this, is you have a mercenary down here. In the future, of course, you'll have a few choices, and this is the entry hall. I'll go ahead and scroll all the way back. You see the entry hall come in, all this to the right and left. This is a 2D game, so what I've done is I've emplaced a floor panel all the way across the bottom, which she walks across. Okay, this here in the middle is also, let me see here. This here is also, I've placed a box collider on the middle part on the alien platform where he stands, just so she can jump up here and kick on him. And let me see, lastly in the entry hall, I've also placed, there's music actually also assigned to the entry hall too once you go into it. So you'll hear that when we first come in, and here it is. Here's the audio source, and if you look over it here, and then I'll show you in the project where you can find it. It's just an audio file down here in my audio files. So yeah, this is the entry hall. Once again, this is week 13 assignment. This is Ken Langella, and this is my game, Bug Wars Alien Arena, and I'm just taking you guys through some basic stuff. In the animator panel here, this is just your basic transitions from your jump state to any state, idle, of course, walk. Walk with me is kind of a run walk situation right now. In this part of the zone, you're not going to have any enemies. This is basically just a walk through an introduction zone. Let me drop this real quick. You know, what you're going to have is you're going to have a few screens kind of like this. When you get in, you're definitely going to have an opening screen in it. I've been figuring out how to do that this week, and it'll be actually pretty cool. That other thing was some bug sprites. Anyways, and of course, so you'll get that opening screen when you walk in, and then you're going to get an options menu. Okay, that's another thing. Like I said, I've been looking into the scripts and figuring out how to do it, and it's really quite simple. I'm actually going to be able to write that myself. So, yeah. Anyways, so without further anything else, I'll just show you basically where we're at here. I've assigned a follow camera to her, and this is her walking animation. She's a sprite that I downloaded off the internet, and I picked her up, kind of a different sort of look to her, and I decided to kind of give her a nice dark murk sort of look to her with a sword, and her name is Saber. Okay, so this is my girl. this is Saber, and this is pretty much what she can do right now. I'm assigning some attack scripts to her, which turns out that really aren't that really hard to do, and that's it. That's my opening scene. So that's what's going on here. So what you do is you'll come in here, you'll talk to this gentleman here, and he will remember. I don't know if you guys remember any of my rules, but you're going to have like an upper platform and then just a door. So you can either go through the door for immediate arena combat, or the upper platform will be an observation platform, and I'll try to figure out how to work that in. Okay, so let's go to scene 2 of my game. Let me see. Here's scene 2, and what scene 2 is going to look like, and let me open this up. Scene 2 is the arena itself. Okay, what I've done here with scene 2 is I've added, let me see, I'll put this here, background. Yeah, I put this little alien probe guy who will float around. And like I said, I don't have any of these guys animated yet, though I am working on the slug here, animating him, Bug Zero. He is going to be my main bad guy, and he's going to be the first person you have to kill in this arena-based game. Okay, this arena ground here is, and I'll lift it up for you a little bit, is here's your base arena ground. What I've done is I've placed a ground over that ground, so I could place box colliders on it. Okay, and that's it. Yeah, put a box collider, and I can even actually show you here how this will go. I think I have enough time to go through this real quick and just kind of run this down in size. Yeah, I'll actually do a couple extra ones for the outside, so I'll run this from point to point, and then I can bring it down like, basically to here, something like this. And yeah, that'll be basically it. Okay. I guess I'll bring this down a little bit maybe, and then I'll put 2 box colliders, one on each stair. Okay. And so what you'll have is when you come in, you'll be able to walk along the floor on the 2D surface, and that's what that's all about. So this is the actual arena phase of my game, and it doesn't work, so I can't really turn it on. The only thing that works now is my audio. I believe my audio should be working, if I didn't mess up my code with anything else. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if you guys can hear that. I'm sure you can hear it at least lightly. And that's my looping audio. That's my entry into the arena sound, just like I have, and I'll play it for you on my other scene 1 of my game. I also have music for when you enter the arena. Okay, so let me see here. You go back to, okay, and I think I've showed you guys a lot of this stuff here. I found some really nice scripts. One that's actually a floating script, and I'm going to attach to this gentleman right here. So he'll actually float around during the combat. And I don't know if I'm going to have him do stuff to you, but I probably will, because, why not? Okay, so let me go back real quick here to one last time to scene 1. No, don't save. Okay, and then on scene 1, here we go. And I don't know if you guys were able to hear that. There you go. I have it turned up all the way, so hopefully you can hear at least some of it. And with this over here, this is the edge of my game. As all I have to do here is I just have to put a quad along the edge, and that'll be, you can't go any further after I place that quad. And I've done the same thing, I think I told you guys, with the floor down here. It's just something you can walk on. And then up here, of course, and here's my dude. And then there's my speaker activated, so. All right, so basically that's it in a nutshell. Let's see everything off. Yep, this is Ken Langella, week 13 signing off. This is my game. I hope you guys are having a great week.